So we are live. Hello and welcome everyone. We are excited to have you join us today for an insightful session. It's a pleasure to bring you this webinar and we are glad to feature Shubho, one of our finest engineers. He has been on the team for an extended period of time. Also, we encourage your interaction. So if you have any questions, don't hold them back. Drop them in the Zoom chat anytime and we'll address them during the QA segment. Let's jump right in. I am passing it over to Shubho who will get us started. Hi Shubho.
Hello. Hello everyone. I'm Shubho Kumar, software engineer at AppsCode. In today's webinar, I will demonstrate ClickHouse Ops Request Day 2 Lifecycle Management for ClickHouse using KubeDB. And this is the part 1. So what is ClickHouse? ClickHouse is an open source column-oriented database management system designed for online analytical processing. It enables user to generate real-time analytical reports using SQL queries. ClickHouse was developed to address the need for generating reports on non-aggregated data in real time. Key features of ClickHouse. ClickHouse is a column-oriented database management system. It stores data in column, which means no extra data is stored with the values. This optimizes both storage and query performance. Data compression plays a key role in achieving excellent performance. ClickHouse uses various compression methods, both general purpose and specialized. ClickHouse includes built-in dashboards for real-time system monitoring. For data replication and integrity, ClickHouse supports asynchronous multi-master replication, ensuring data is replicated across multiple replicas. Failover and recovery mechanisms are largely automated. Data can be distributed across multiple servers or shards, with each shard having its own set of replicas. Queries are executed in parallel across shards. Then we will discuss about how KubeDB manages ClickHouse and the ops request support for ClickHouse. Then we will demonstrate a live demo here, and then we will go to our Q&A session. Okay, so these are the features KubeDB has for ClickHouse. We can have provisioning support. We have provisioning support for ClickHouse. We have the several ops request support for ClickHouse as well. We can update our version after provisioning our ClickHouse instance. We can update our version as here, and then we have vertical scaling, horizontal scaling support, and then we can reconfigure our ClickHouse from our default configuration. We can expand our volume here from volume expansion of request. We have auto scaling support, monitoring, and TLS supports as well. So how KubeDB provisions ClickHouse on Kubernetes? To provision ClickHouse with KubeDB, first, the user creates a ClickHouse custom resource. Then the KubeDB operator watches the resource and provisions the required Kubernetes resources, such as secrets, services, pod disruption budgets, role binding, persistent volume claims. Okay. We can install our KubeDB using Helm chart. You can find the details in our documentation as well. And now we will go in our live demo. Okay, so here we are. We have our ClickHouse instance up and running here. Our ClickHouse is running in cluster mode. We have deployed a ClickHouse custom resource, which we have deployed this YAML here. Sorry. Okay. This is the YAML we deployed here for this ClickHouse instance. Here we can see our ClickHouse instance name is ClickHouse Prod. ClickHouse Prod. We have two shard, and each shard has two replicas. Here we can see we have two shards, shard 0 and shard 1, and each shard has two replicas as well, shard 0 and 1. Okay, and then we have ClickHouse Keeper replicas 3, replicas equal to 3. So we have ClickHouse Keeper 3 pod, 3 ClickHouse Keeper pod. Okay, so this is it, and now we can demonstrate some of our ops request. First of all, we will see the update version of request here. Okay, so we can see our ClickHouse instance has a version 24.4.1. We can see it from here, and we can also confirm this by running this command as well. We can see that our ClickHouse version is 24.4.1. So what if we need to update our version? We'll apply update version of request. Okay. So okay. So what's in our update version of request? So we can see. So it's a ClickHouse Ops Request kind, and the type this of ClickHouse Ops Request is update version type, and we have to specify the database reference for which database we will apply this ops request, and the target version as well, the desired version we want for our ClickHouse instance. Okay, so after applying this ClickHouse Ops request, the image of our ClickHouse instance will be updated, and all the pods will be restarted, and then the ops request, ClickHouse ops request, will be successful. So we can apply this update version of request. Okay, so we can apply it here. Okay, we can see our ops request, which is update version type. Name is update version is in processing. And what it will do, it will update the image for our ClickHouse, and it will restart all the ports. We have to wait till this ops request being succeeded. Okay. Okay. We can see that our pod is getting restarted. It was terminated, and it just restarted, and it will happen for all our ports of all our ClickHouse ports. Okay, we'll wait till then. And we can see our ClickHouse Ops request is in progressing state. After all the ports uh, restarted, this status will be changed to succeeded. We can see that our pod is being restarted one by one. And we can see that our database status is in critical stage, which is very fine. After completing this ops request, the status will be changed to be ready. These two pod restarted successfully. Now for this pod. It will take some time. It is taking some time. Okay, now we can see our keeper ports are getting restarted. Here we go. We can see our update version of request is successful, and our database is in ready state. And we can see that our ClickHouse instances version has been changed. And what we have seen earlier, that our version was 24.4.1. Here we can see our version is 25.7.1. If we rerun this same command here, we'll see that our version has been changed to 25.7.1. Okay. So after that, we can see some other ops request as well. We can see rotate auth ops request. Uh, in rotate auth, we have two methods. We can use operator generated credentials so that our password will be credentials will be updated by our operator, and we can use user created credentials for updating our uh, password as well. So first we will see the operator generated credentials. First of all, we will see that we can get connected with our ClickHouse instance using the current ClickHouse credentials. Okay, so we will see the which uh, auth secret they are using. It is ClickHouse prod auth. It is the default uh, auth secret which is being used, and we can see the username and password here. You can use this view secret to use the username and password. We can see that our current username is admin and password is this. We can connect using this password. Okay. User, it will be admin. Password will be this one. Okay, we can see we are connected to our pod by these credentials. Okay, so okay, we can exit from here. Okay, okay. So now we will apply a ops request which will update our credentials, which will be managed by our operator. Okay, so we will see the ops request for this. We can see the YAML. This is the ops request we will apply. Kind ClickHouse Ops request, and thus the type is rotate auth, and database ref as usual. By applying this, we will update the credentials. Okay, we can see that a new ops request type rotate auth, name ch of rotate auth generated is in progressing state. After updating the it will restart all the pods, and then our ClickHouse is ready with new credentials. We will wait till all our data pods getting restarted. Okay. Okay. Here we can see our pod restart is performing. It will take some time. This pod is getting started. We can see that our password is updated. Our previous password is saved in password.prev. We can see that username is unchanged, but the password is getting changed. It is updated. It is performed by our controller. Okay, we can see that our rotate ops request was successful. Now we can connect to our ClickHouse pod using this password. This was the older password we used. This was the older password, but now we can use this password so that okay. Current password. Okay, here we go. we can see that we are connected to our pod. We're in the pod by using our updated password. Okay, so here the first section where we can see that controller updated our password. What if our user wants to update the password by his own? Yes, we can do it. We can do it by using a auth secret. We can then we need to create a secret. Here we have a secret. Sorry, it's config secret. Okay. Okay. We have to create a secret by our own. So here's the secret. Okay. We are creating a secret, ClickHouse user auth. This secret is being created by user, and we are updating our user to Shubho and password to ClickHouse secret, a simple one. Okay. So okay. So a secret named ClickHouse user auth is being created. We can see that this one ClickHouse user auth is created. Okay. So now we can update our uh, database with this secret by our ops request. Which one? This one? Which one is this one? The ops request is this one. Here we can see that our uh, spec ClickHouse ops request spec type is the rotate auth. This is rotate auth type ops request, and the secret ref is ClickHouse user auth, which we just created. Okay, so we need to apply this one. Okay, so we can see that our a new ops request names uh, new ops request is in progressing state. This will update our uh, secret in database spec, so we can connect to our ClickHouse using this updated secret, updated credentials. I mean, here we will see the same scenario. All our pod will be updated using this updated credential. You can see that our ClickHouse still using the old auth secret after com being completed the ops request. After being successful, this secret will be updated to our updated one, which is ClickHouse user auth. We can see this is in progressing state, so we're not seeing any changes here. can see our pod is getting restarted. We can see our ops request is successful, and after a moment our database will be in ready state. Okay, so here we can see after being a successful ops request, we can see that our auth secret, which is used in our ClickHouse prod instance, is updated. Now we can also see that our database is in ready state. Okay, so we can get connected to our ClickHouse pod using this updated secret. Okay, we can see that our previous password is also saved and username was also saved, but we will use this updated one. In case we need rollback, we can use this one. It is for safety purpose. Okay, we will use this password, simple password. And we can see our username is also updated. Previously it was admin username, and now it will be Shuho. Okay, we can see that we are connected to our pod by using our updated password, which was provided by our user. Okay, so our rotate auth ops request is successful here. Now we'll see how to reconfigure our ClickHouse instance. Okay, so here we have two options. We can use secret to reconfigure our ClickHouse. We can also use apply config. We will use them together as well, but here we will use them separately to see the changes. Okay, so here you can see our ClickHouse instance is up and running with default configuration, right? What if we need we need to reconfigure our ClickHouse? Then we use this reconfigure ops request. Okay, so reconfigure ops request. Okay, so we can reconfigure our ops request by two methods, as we said moments ago. Reconfigure using new config secret. We can use a secret and refer the secret to our ops request, and by using this, our database will be updated. Or using apply config. Okay. To reconfigure with a secret, we need to create a secret. Okay. So reconfigure with a secret. Okay. We need to create a config secret. We have a config secret here. We have a secret YAML here, which has profiles max query size into a certain number. Okay, we'll create a secret here. We can see that our new secret is created here. And now, using this secret, we will create an ops request, reconfigure ops request. Okay, and we will see the YAML of the ops request as well. Here we can see our ops request type is reconfigure. Database reference is ClickHouse prod. And config secret, which is a new custom config, which we just created. Okay, so we need to apply this ops request. Okay, so here you can see our reconfigure ops request is in progressing state. It will reconfigure our ClickHouse ports by restarting them with the updated configuration. Port is getting restarted. We can see all our ports are restarted, data ports, and our ops request is in successful state. Okay, so how we can be sure that our updated configuration is reflected? Okay, we can exit into the pod and see our configuration file name was chconfig.yaml. Okay, so by running this command, this YAML file will be mounted to this path /etc clickhouse server /config confd /chconfig, which is the YAML file name. Okay, we can see that our changes is reflected in our database. Okay, okay, we can also do this using apply config, which is also useful in some cases. We can see the ops request there. We can see the apply config ops request. We can see that we have configuration spec, apply config, and then profiles. Okay, we can apply this ops request so that this configuration will be updated in our database. This new ops request is in progressing state, type reconfigure. We'll wait till all the data ClickHouse pods being restarted. We can see still our ops request is in progressing status. We can see all our data ClickHouse pods is restarted, and soon this ops request status will be converted to successful. Yeah, here we go. Okay, now how we can get confirmed that our changes is reflected? We can by running, by seeing this. We can see that our sage config, which was our apply config, which is uh, modified to inline sage config, as we are using this file in apply config. This file is mounted in our ClickHouse pod, every ClickHouse data pod, and we can see the max query size is being updated to our latest value. Okay. Okay. So here it is. Our reconfigure ops request is successful here. Now we can see the vertical scaling. Vertical scaling, we can increase the CPU and memory. Now, before that, we'll see what is the current CPU and memory of our ClickHouse using. We can see that our current CPU request, memory request, and limits as well. Now we can use ops request to increase the CPU and memory using vertical scaling ops request. We can see our vertical scaling ops request YAML. We can see that it's a vertical scaling ops request type, and we have vertical scaling and then node resource, our desired state. Okay, we need to apply this ops request to change the CPU memory of our ClickHouse pods to our desired state. You can see that our new ops request, which is vertical scaling type, is in progressing state. Here we will see the same thing. Our pod will be restarted to reflect the changes. We can see our ops request vertical scaling type is in successful state. So if we run the same thing here, we will see the updated spec, which is this. So our database, ClickHouse database pods are updated with the latest spec, which was our desired state. Okay, this is all for today's session. Next day we will discuss the remaining of request. Thank you. If you have any Q&A, we will discuss it here. Any questions for anyone?
Hello from the audiences. If you have any questions regarding ClickHouse database or KubeDB, you can ask it here. So I guess there is no question at this point. And with that, we conclude our today's webinar. Thank you, Shubho, for delivering an insightful session with a clear and practical hands-on demo. It was a highly engaging discussion on one of the most widely adopted databases, ClickHouse. As we continue this series, we'll be hosting additional sessions focused on other leading databases as well. So stay tuned and keep an eye on our upcoming schedule. Be sure to check out appscode.com/webinar to explore our full webinar lineup. Finally, a big thank to all of you who joined us today and actively contributed to the session. Your participation truly made it worthwhile. Until next time, take care and have a great day. Bye-bye. হ্যাঁ শুভ স্ট্রিম এন্ড করে দিছি